Hey guys, it's Monday, and I can't think of anything witty to say. Sorry. So, after last month's fiasco with Go Ask Alice, where none of us really liked the book, we decided that we should change up our classics a little bit. Instead of doing classics the second week of the month, we're going to try to do modern classics, which are books that have been released more recently but are definitely already classics or have the potential to be classics. And for our first one, we are doing The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read it since my freshman year in college, which was like almost 4 years ago now, but I do remember it. It's not the kind of book that you really forget. It's about a girl named Susie Salmon who is 14 years old, and she is raped and murdered and her body is never found. My discussion topic this week is character. I'm just going to talk about a couple of the characters. Obviously there's Susie, who we get the whole book through her point of view, basically when she's in this in-between, in the middle of like heaven and earth, and she's able to look down on her friends and family as they live their lives and they try to solve her murder, and then people stop looking and she's able to let go and move on. She's this 14-year-old girl, but she has this really mature voice and it's so well written from her point of view. We also get a lot of her family through Susie's point of view. That's who she primarily stays with while she's in this in-between, because she kind of wants to make sure that her family's okay, which I really loved about her, which is one of my favorite things about her, is how much she cared about her family and her dad, and she would remember all these things that they did together. We also see a lot of her rapist, who is their neighbor. The family doesn't know, and the dad kind of starts to pick up, and Susie just wishes she could like give him more help, but she can't. Two of my favorite characters in this book are Ruth and Ray. Ruth is a girl that Susie went to school with, and they were never really friends, but as Susie's spirit is leaving the earth, it touches Ruth, and Ruth becomes obsessed with her. And Ray is the boy who Susie was like in love with when she was alive. He was her first kiss. We get this really awesome relationship between Ruth and Ray and how they're able to connect over Susie. I love their relationship and I love everything about those two characters. They were probably my favorite part of this book. Even 4 years later, I remember their relationship. I really like this book. My friend got it for me for Christmas one year before, it was the year before the movie came out, and I only read it because she gave it to me and because the movie was coming out, but I'm so glad I did. It's this really touchy subject about rape and murder of a young girl, but it's so well executed, and I love everything about it. It's gorgeous, and if you haven't read it, you definitely should. This whole thing is just, it's really pretty. I hate saying that about a book that's about rape and murder, but I think that's like a huge compliment to Alice Sebold that she's able to do that. That's it for me. I will see you next week.